Hey guys, today is Tuesday. I guess I'm just in a talkative mood lately. And I just feel like rambling about stuff lately. So even if nobody watches this, I'm just gonna chit chat because I feel like it. So one thing I forgot to mention yesterday, I believe it was that I got my room clean finally on Sunday. Excuse me. So, like, as soon as I woke up, which is super odd because normally I need to sit around for a little while and then I end up doing nothing, but I went downstairs, made my coffee, had a cigarette, and I went right upstairs and started cleaning because I just really wanted to get it done. And, sometimes, I think I just saw a snowflake. What's the temperature? 34? Maybe not. I just really... I wanted to get it done, but it's super rare for me to, like, be able to wake up and just get moving. I don't know if it's a motivation issue or what the deal is, but I wish I had more days where I just woke up and wanted to get stuff done. And I do on occasion, especially, some weekends, Saturday or Sunday, I spend 8 to 10 hours cleaning my house. So it's like, even on the weeks I don't work 6 days a week, I still work 6 days a week. And a lot of times the 8 to 10 hours I do at home is more physically demanding than my actual paid job. So, because once I get into the mode and start cleaning, it's like everything else I do, I can't just half-ass anything. Everything's got to be like down to polishing the chrome and taking a toothbrush to the edges of the sinks. So once I get going, it takes me that long because I get all the nooks and crannies that I hadn't gotten for a while. Because usually there's not really that much to do. There's a few dishes to do, maybe some laundry to move around and some floors to sweep, vacuuming, which is only a small area. So it's not like my house is a disaster and it takes me 8 hours to clean it. It's literally usually because once I get going, I get over detailed. And I do that at work, and thankfully it doesn't seem to be a problem, but it does bother me because I catch myself over focusing on details that I know is slowing my time down. And I'm not looking to be at their time because they have like a kind of an approximate time that each panel should be done in. I'm not looking to make their time because we have a few wiremen that are super fast. Your average person can do 2 to 2.5 panels in a day in a shift, and these two guys can do 4 or 5. So they bring down the curve on every panel they do. So I try to be, I'm happiest within a half hour to 45 minutes of the allotted time. I'm getting to the point where I'm like an hour-ish, which I'm okay with. But they do look at our efficiencies, and I'm always in the red. And they always, it's okay because, I'm training, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, because I'm, even though my title is low volt, I do low volt, high volt. I was doing gas box. I haven't had to do that in like a really long time. But there were days where I was doing 2 hours on gas boxes and then 2 hours on torque, and then 2 hours on gas box and 2 hours on torque, trying to help keep both areas caught up. And then on top of that, as soon as I became a trainer, I might have started before I became a trainer, everybody and their mama wants to ask me how to do things, or ask me questions. And then once I became a trainer, it got even more so. So between training and actual trainee, answering questions for others on the line, being needed to fill in this area or that area. Some days I'm doing high volt and some days I'm doing low volt. You know, so they're like, you aren't doing anything consistent enough to gain any speed. Which, okay, I can agree with that. But for me, I think I have a really, maybe it's not, I don't know, it's hard to gauge this kind of thing, but I feel like I have really strong muscle memory when it comes to things. So I feel like I should just be able to pick it up like I normally do, like I've been doing it every day, and keep that speed. Probably not how it actually works, but it is what it is. So yeah, there's that. I forgot what that original, like where I was going with the original part of that. I kind of got sidetracked. I don't know. But let's move on. So I work 10-hour shifts Monday through Thursday. Mandatory, well, yeah, I guess it's mandatory overtime, so it's usually 10 hours Monday through Thursday, 8 hours on Friday, which puts us at 48. And then the last couple of weeks they have the mandatory Saturdays, which was another 8, so 56. And I could probably do more if I really had to, if I had the right motivation. But unfortunately, the more hours you work, the more money the tax man takes. So it kind of makes it not worth not being home that extra time. You know, I would rather have a slightly smaller paycheck with less taxes taken out and spend a little more time at home. That's just how it works. Works out, because Uncle Sam, the more you make, the more he takes. So that's a bummer, you know. I think, because I've come across several people that are like, I don't do overtime, and they don't do it because of that reason. So I wonder if that's how it is at my job. I wonder how prolific that is across all places that have or offer or allow for overtime. How, you know, if Uncle Sam was like kind of the opposite, okay, we'll take the normal taxes at your 40 or even 45, and then after that, we're going to take less taxes out of the rest of it. I wonder how or if that would cause people to put in more overtime, you know. But then there's a trickle effect of that, because then if people are doing more overtime, then there's more production going out, and then the powers that be are going to be like, ooh, we can produce more, so let's up our numbers so that we are making more money, and then, you know, it becomes a mandatory overtime because now they have higher numbers to keep up with. It all seems to, you know, there never seems to be like a perfect answer to or a solution to the problem, because everything links up or has a not infinite, but a number of probabilities? No, that's not the right word. Variables that would then play in. So, you know, it's kind of like when you're thinking about the decisions you make in your life every day. If I had made this decision, things would have gone this way. If I had made that decision, things would have gone that way. So there doesn't seem to be any perfect solutions to things. I wish there was. At least in some areas, you know? I don't know. If you're dealing with 100 different things, maybe have 2 of them, you know, have a perfect solution. That would be nice. Huh. Wishful thinking. But, so my point of that was, God, man, my brain is like running away with me today. So my point was that I work, you know, more hours than your average person. Sometimes I feel really jealous of people that have 40-hour weeks every week, but they ain't making the money I'm making. So at the same time, you know, it is what it is. But my husband, my darling, sweet husband, did a 17-hour shift yesterday. 17 hours. He clocked in at 6:49 in the morning and didn't get to clock out till 11:49 at night. God. You know, that breaks my heart. And if you go back to my videos kind of at the beginning of when I started this channel, and I was talking about all these different side incomes I wanted to do, and at the time I was looking at Amazon retail and online arbitrage, and that works for some people, but after months and months of listening and learning about it and plotting things out, I came to the realization that I don't have enough free time to make it successful, because I would literally be using all of my free time to do the online arbitrage or retail arbitrage to make it work and make it successful so that we're making money. And then I would completely burn out because I have to have decompression time, maybe more so than others because I'm, more on the empathic side, or I just shut down and burn out, and I can't afford to do that at my actual paying job. I need to be, at my best in order to keep that going, because there I'm working towards hopefully getting a raise when reviews come for the hard work that I have put in. So I can't afford to risk that on a chance, sorry, my ankle itches, on a chance that this Amazon thing will work out. I gotta smoke a cigarette. I'm sorry. If there are underage people watching, please don't smoke. Please don't smoke. I was thinking today, I'm sorry guys, my brain is just all over. I know that they've been doing kind of a campaign to try to stop like the current generations from starting to smoke. Hold on. And they've really been pushing for it. And I wonder if they've gotten any statistics back over the last couple years on whether that's been successful or not. I do know some younger kids already, like kids that are my children's age, that are smoking. But I feel like overall, everywhere I go, there's less and less smokers. So, maybe it is working, I think the easier they make it to quit, the more people will quit, but there's so many, there's all those like hotlines and support, what's that word? Support programs that you can get for free. But for me, and maybe I'm making excuses, I don't know. I did try it the first go round, and it just really wasn't helpful or helpful enough for me to be talking it through with somebody. It just I couldn't get past the physical symptoms I was having, because I already deal with high anxiety, and even thinking about spreading out my time of smoking from 2 hours to 3 hours at work, can send me into a full-blown anxiety attack, which it's all mental, and it's mind over matter, and I know that, but I can't seem to conquer that part of it. But for some people it does work, and that's amazing. My current supervisor quit 2.5 years ago. So, each method or way works for different people. I don't know if I just haven't found my way yet, or I don't know. It's hard. I think it's harder for me because it's my only vice. I don't drink hardly ever, because my body doesn't handle alcohol well. I don't smoke weed because my body doesn't handle it well. I don't have, hot yoga or kickboxing or something that I can displace that energy to. And, that is something that's always in the back of my mind, looking for something that might work. I don't know. Anyway, I'm so totally rambling today, and that's okay. I think people like rambling. Some people like rambling. My coworker, I was watching, I watch a lot of videos of people just talking, and my coworker, I think she's in her 60s, and she was like, I don't know how you people can just listen to people just talking. I can't do that. It drives me crazy. It just makes me anxious. And I thought that was funny, but there really are a lot of us that just like to listen to other people. It's helpful for us to hear other people's points of view and ideas and methods and whatever the case is, and to know that we're not alone, because a lot of us, there's lots of people out there that don't have a lot of friends. I work a lot of hours, and I haven't really come across people in my physical life that I connect with. I call it my soul tribe. I just don't come across people from my soul tribe in person for whatever reason. I do occasionally, but sometimes that doesn't work out. So it's nice for me to have the option of people that I have found online that are part of my soul tribe that I can listen to, and that's helpful for my soul. So, yeah. I think I've rambled enough. I'm going to play my game for the next 10 minutes before I got to clock in, and I will talk to y'all later. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to y'all later. By the way, my last video, I think, got my first thumbs down, so that was interesting. If you don't like the video, move along. You don't have to give it a thumbs down, but if you do, it's still a view, and it still registers in the system. So I don't care if I get all down likes, because somebody likes it, and it might help somebody to hear somebody ramble. So that's it for today. Bye.